Must be Friday, because I'm making a damn video. For those people that have never, don't know who I am or what I do, I'm just building a car for my girlfriend, because I said I could. We started about 6 months ago. I just told my girlfriend that, or I actually asked my girlfriend what car she would like to have if she was able to pick any car in the world, you know. I was thinking old, right? I mean, I am an old car guy. I'm a 50s guy. I'm a rockabilly guy. But she came up with this car, and I said I can make it. So 6 months ago, this was nothing. And all the other videos, me just running around, checking out other cars, meeting people, having fun. So yeah, this car here I built for my woman, and hopefully she's going to drive it this summer, maybe at the car show this year, at my car show, our car show, the Rockabilly car show, probably the biggest little car show in the world. We'll probably have it done for that and show everybody. I just do these videos for, I don't know, because my brain tells me to do it. So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to make the little pan that goes underneath the grill of my car, or my dear darling Sparkles' car. I keep calling it my car because I keep working on it. But yeah, it's my girlfriend's car. Her name is Jolene, but I call her Sparkles. She made me build this car with a bunch of design. And I just got to stick with it, that's all. You know what I'm saying? I got to stick with it. It's a lot of work to build a car. So I'm just going to show you right now. Greg, my friend, was in yesterday, and he drew a picture of the car, and I told him what I was going to do at the bottom of that grill. And I just want to show you, he drew it in this picture. And you can see what it's going to look like when I finish it. That little piece right there. Cooler than dang. It's nice to see that piece in there before I do it, because I don't draw on my cars. I just build them from my brain, and I do it the quickest way possible. I don't build a buck. I don't do any of that shit. I just do it all by eye. So I'm going to build that front piece. So what's going on right now? This is the cross member of the car. I'm just going to build, you know. I don't know how I did it. So I got a couple things ready. So there's no smoke and mirrors here. I use a lot of coat hanger because that gives me a pattern. I had to cut a piece of metal, right? So that takes time. I had to get to the store, get my grind grips. I know I'm going to have to cut things. So I'm just going to grab a piece of, I like coat hanger. I use it for everything. I use it for welding. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little pattern here from my grill down to the front where I want what I want it to look like. Nothing to it. So that's going to go from that grill there and then down from this crossmember. This is the crossmember of the car, the bottom crossmember. It's a 2-inch angle iron by 3/16. And I gusseted it in between, and it's laying on the bottom of the frame, and that holds the bottom control arm to my front end. So I want to cover that. I don't want to see that. So I'm just trying to, get a shape that I want. That. I kind of like that shape there. You know, I don't want it bucked out here too much. I just want to cover that. I don't want to come way out here. I don't want that. I just want to cover it, and I like it. So I'm just going to take that, snip that off, where I put my thumb, just mark it with my thumb. You know, it's just a pattern. So, you get that between the toes, my darling? Shot her right between her toes you did. Look at that now, would you? Them some sexy toes. So, yeah, so this is my pattern that I want. This will also give me my length. You know what I mean? Just take it like that, roll it down like that, and that'll give you your length. So what I've done here is I just kind of made sure the metal, you want to make your piece of metal bigger than your pattern, or bigger than the piece you need. So when I put this through the roller, you get some metal to play with. You're going to have to cut some off, but who gives a shit? So what I'm going to do is, I can clamp this onto something and bend it around. Like when I see a bend like that, I'm looking for something to bend it on round. So on the top of my English wheel, there would be a nice round bend. I could get that, hold that on there, and bend that around. Where I got a roller, I might as well just roll it. So we're going to take it in the other room. Don't mind the mess. I've been trying to clean up. We're going to get her cleaned up and get her painted and make her look good. Sometimes a guy that works all the time forgets about cleaning. Well, I'll roll that through there and turn that up at the same time. And I just do that by eye, you know, just by eye. I just roll back and forth. Don't let it out, because you let it out and you have the problem of getting it rolled again. It'll probably be a little bit, but I'll have a nice roll when I'm done. You know, if I try to bend it over something, well then, you know, there's that chance of not having that nice roll. I want a nice roll in this panel. So I'm going to make it nice. You know, I could just lay it over my knee and bend it, right? You know, I got this tool, so I'm not going to do that. There's no need of it. No need of it, darling. No need of it. And I'm rushing for the video too. I don't want anybody standing there all day and watching me roll a piece of metal. So, you know, we'll get it rushed in here. Let's see if we get her. We're looking close now. Back. And I can roll it a little further than what the pattern says, because I can pull it apart a lot easier than I can push it together. That makes sense? That makes sense, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or I think it does. So I got this panel half rolled here, and I'm just going to get a little aggressive with it and try to finish it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in a rush. I got something round, you know. Let's take that out. See what I'm saying by what we got going on here? We got a little pattern to go by. I know what the length is. Not bad. I kind of like this. You know, I got that kind of bent with my hands. You can see it's bent there. A little bend roll in there. This isn't bad. It comes off with a little flat shelf and then comes a nice round. So I'm going to take the flat shelf, turn it down a little bit. It's all good. So this is what I'm going to do now. To make that fit in there, you know, I don't know. To make that fit in there, this is the bottom. So this is my straight edge. We have to start with straight edge. I'm going to start with the bottom. So I'm going to take the tape measure. I know where. Did I forget the pencil, did I? Did too. When I put my pattern in here from my grill down to where I want it to hit, right there. See that, can I? Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to do it on the other side. Actually, I'll just measure it on the other side, then I'll know for sure. 5 inches. We'll come over here and go 5 inches on this side. Should be able to. So I know I'm 5 inches on either side. Tape measure. The only thing in life won't lie to you. You might read it wrong, but they ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm going to say it's 22 and 3/4. 22 and 3/4. I squared 2 ends. This end, 2 sides. Squared this side, squared this side. So I'm going to go with a square edge. Hey, where did I throw that damn pencil at? I had a pencil. I know I did. Right there. So I measure over 22 3/4. When you put a tape measure on something, you should try to hold it straight on the edge. If you get going crooked like that, sometimes it messes up your measurement, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not really actually the same distance as holding it straight. So if you're not paying attention, well, I guess that's your fault. I'm going to measure down with this little pattern. It's going to tell me how long I want it. I'm going to put it on there like that. Press it down flat. That tells me the length I want it. You agree? I agree. I'm going to do it on the other side too. Right where the mark is. Put it on there. That's how long it is. As you look at this thing, it goes in like this. Goes in like that. I can't just lob that off square and shove that in there. It won't work. So that's what I'm doing right now. I should have a straight edge here, but I don't. This is, yeah, I marked this at the bottom. I did that wrong. This should be the top here. This should be 22 and 3/4. 22 3/4. And I gotta find the center of 22 3/4. What's that there, sexy?
11.
22 3/4. 11 half, 11 7/8. 22 3/4. No, 11 3/8. 3/8. 11 3/8. 22 3/4. 11 3/8 is my center mark. So 11 3/8 up here, that'll give me center. I don't know if you're on the same page I am or not, but this is the page I'm on. Because I have to measure the top from here to there, because it goes in on an angle, I'm going to have to start from center to find that out. Does that make sense? So I've measured the bottom. I know what the bottom is. The bottom is wider than the top. I can see that. So I've measured the bottom at 22 3/4. This is the top. This is the part I want the top. So I have to measure, find the center up here. And then I have 22 3/4. I have to find the center of 22 3/4. It's marked here. It's marked up here. So now when I do the center, when I do this measurement here, I'm going to have to go off the center. So that way there, when I get both cuts that go like this. Does that make sense? That's what it's going to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're at 22 3/8, or 21 3/8. So 21 3/8. What's the center of 21 3/8, baby? 21 3/8. So 10 1/2 would be 10 1/2 be 21, wouldn't it not? And then we need 3/8, so we need 3/16. 10 1/2 and 3 more. So it's 10 and I don't know how many 16ths. So that's what it is. That's my mark. And I have to go 10 and whatever that mark is. Hit a hole. 10 1/2, 3/16. This is what I'm going to do. This distance from here to here is shorter, from here to there. I'm going to have to cut this thing with the grinder because I rolled it and I made the metal too big and I made it on purpose. So, for me to do that, this angle here has to come right from this angle. So I'm just going to sketch that on my eye. I'm not going to fuck with it. Excuse me. I'm not going to fire truck with it. So I'm just going to draw that down like that. So that is my piece. I'm going to go down and see if I can chop this off and then chop it right here. Yeah, I'm building this for the woman. You wait to see my next car. Yeah, I think nothing of it, building a car, man. Like I've done it so many times. I've built so many cars, I think nothing of it. Say I can build a car. It only takes a little while. It is a lot of work, don't get me wrong. It is a lot of work, but I wouldn't do it unless my brain told me to do it. You know? I just made that slit in the metal so I didn't have to make a mark with a pencil, you know what I'm saying? Hope your fingers weren't in there, because it's gone. So, this is the moment of who's your dad, I guess. So, I don't know how you would have done it, but that's how I done it. I don't know how long this video is, but this will sort of show who's your dad. Now I can trim the bottom off after. That's just stuck in there. That's the difference between someone that knows what they're doing and someone that don't. I made that panel. I put that panel in there. Now I can weld it in there. Now if you had somebody fucking with it for 4 days, it'd make you pissy. But anyways, that's how you do it. I got a little shading going here, a little bit there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, massaging. But that's how I do that. When I weld this in here, spot, 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 every inch. I don't spot every inch first, I spot it and move around a little bit. When I go to weld it in solid, I'll make sure that I put the air on this piece. I'm not going to make this piece cool. So when I weld this all up, I'm going to spray air on this piece. Like I'll weld it 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, actually, I've never told the people that are watching now. When I weld something in, it's tack, 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 tack. We keep tacking it till we get that far apart, because metal moves, I'm telling you. Yeah, metal moves. If you don't know, metal moves. So tack it really good. Don't get it overheated. Don't warp it up at all. When you go and do it, it should look like a roll of quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got the air with you. I want you to put the air in this piece because the heat is going to come up. I don't want to warp this shit. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't spray this with air because that's got all this contour. So I put air on this part. After I'm done welding, I put air on it, cool it down. I don't want anything warp up. They should put an air hose right on the welder. Run the cord up, and I invented it. Put the air hose right on it. Ha! They should. Put an air hose right on the welder. That way the person can cool their weld down. John Players did that one day. He taped his air to the thing. Right on. So that's what I did. And that's how it's done. If I have a problem, I can show you sometime. I weld with a coat hanger a lot of the times with a MIG welder. I'll take the MIG welder and a coat hanger. Just spot, spot, spot. Beautiful. I do it all the time. If you ever heard Gene Winfield talk about the kid that used the coat hanger, that's me. Have a good Friday.